What's going on, you guys? This is Madam, and we're coming back to you again. This time we're going to the Insider, and this is from Bethany, Dawson, and Julian Kossoff. And basically, it's a little bit of history that parallels with one of Netflix hit series, which is Squid Game. And the title says, decades before Squid Game, real life segregation era battle royales made black men and boys fight in mass brawls. Okay? If you're new to my channel, just a side note, I do a variety of topics. Um, you know, things that catch my eye, and history is one of them. All my day ones and people that have been on my channel know that I love history. So maybe you'll stick around. If you do, thank you so much. With that being said, we're just going to jump right into it. It says segregation era white audiences in the U.S. could see brutal shows known as battle royales. In the show, black men and boys were forced to fight in mass brawls, often while blindfolded. Battle royales featured at the 4th of July celebrations, boxing events, military shows, and carnivals. Squid Game took the world by storm in 2021, becoming Netflix's top show and a global phenomenon. The South Korean hit imagines a dystopia where desperate cash-strapped people fight over a series of reinvented children's games for the enjoyment of rich and powerful, until the last contestant standing wins a life-changing cash prize. While in the Netflix generation, Squid Game, in the segregation era, white audiences across the United States had brutal live shows called battle royales. And while unlike the game in Squid Games, they weren't designed to be fatal. They were a brutal, racist spinoff in history of the combat for entertainment that took place as recently as the 1950s. The Jim Crow Museum of Racist Memorabilia at Ferris State University in Michigan has documented the battle royales. They involved groups of young black men and boys who were made to fight one another in a boxing ring, often blindfolded for the pleasure of the white audiences. They had to attack one another in a melee until one of them were left standing. He'll win a prize of a few dollars. Okay? They were common at 4th of July celebrations, boxing events, carnivals, and country fairs in the United States in the late 19th century and early 20th century. Okay? The Jim Crow's museum website includes numerous newspaper accounts and battle royale promotional bills. On September 26, 1950, the Lubbock Evening Journal in Texas reported that a Saturday night of entertainment had started with a Negro battle royale. The museum said the U.S. military hosted many of these shows where the participants were often enlisted men. The end of the Amorous Day celebration in Moorhead, Minnesota in the 1930s, for example, involved a battle royale. The local newspaper reported that the rough and tumble affair included 10 people, turned out to be advertised, and kept the fans in the constant uproar. Okay. And this is just a picture of it, courtesy of the Alabama News, 1899. You can definitely go check that out yourself. The opening chapter of Ralph Edison's classic 1952 novel, Invisible Man, based on a short story by Edison's titled Battle Royale, describes a battle royale in chilling detail. Everyone fought hysterically, Edison wrote in the in the short story. It was complete anarchy. Everybody fought everybody else. No group fought together for long. 2 or 3 or 4 fought. One then turned to the fight each other, were themselves attacked. Okay? Franklin Hughes, a multi-million-dollar specialist at the museum, said he believes that the account in Invisible Man and its place in America's literary canon is a viral record. It's a story of the intellectual young man who wants to present a speech to those intellectual white folks to win a scholarship to an all-black university so he can go to the event, Hughes said. He thinks he's going to the opportunity to do that. But they put him in a ring and made him fight each other. Those other black kids in the winner could then present themselves in their work. Then he is talking with the taste of blood in his mouth as he's presented this intellectual argument to these people just so he can get an education. Okay? According to the wrestling news website, Cage Side Seats, battle royales were popularized in the 18th century. England, as bare knuckle bouts, included several fighters and later exported to the American colonies. During slavery in the U.S., a version of the battle royale was known as a free-for-all contest. The book Slave Narratives, a folk history of slavery in the United States, describes the contest as recreation for enslaved people, including participants with a 10-pound bag stuffed with cotton and rags, beating their opponents until they were out of the fight. Okay? And these are just illustration pictures of at the time and stuff like that. You can also go check that out. All right. After the Civil War, the battle royale was given grotesque racist twist. Grotesque racist twist, according to the Cage Side Seats. The New York Athletic Commission banned them in 1911, describing them as revolting spectacles. But in several states, they continued for decades, eventually died out in the South with the rise of the Civil Rights Movement. Hughes said these events would often target black children going to carnivals with their friends who would be forced to fight against each other. The soul superstar James Brown, who grew up in extreme poverty in North Carolina in the 1930s and 40s, recalled his experience in The Godfather of Soul, an autobiography. The museum's website included a passage, and this is the passage. Because of my reputation, the other kids always pointed me out to the white men who came around to recruit scrappy black boys to be in the battle royales they put on at Bell Auditorium. In a battle royale, they blindfolded you, tied one hand behind your back, put a boxing glove on your free hand, and shoved you in the ring with other kids in the same condition. You swing at anything that moves, and who's ever left standing at the end is the winner. It sounds brutal, but a battle royale is really comedy. I'll be out there stumbling around, swinging wild, and hearing people laughing. I didn't know I was being exploited. Hughes said the Battle Royale's legacy of manufactured disunity and violence, humiliation still reverberates through Black America. These would lead to internationalized racism and bias, where you don't like yourself, you don't like your culture, your community, he said. It was within the whole list of things that happened, particularly during the Jim Crow era, which is still undermining a lot of communities today. All right. You can read the original article on the Insider, which I will have posted in the description when I do my sources. If you do want to check that out, if I mispronounced any names or anything, like I said, if you watched me for a while, you would know. That's just a thing that happens with me. Um, I make no apologies about it. Okay, because if you was watching my channel, you would know why that is. So, if you want to know, just scroll through my catalog, and I'm pretty sure you'll see a video about it. Okay. So, anywho, with that being said, like I said, Squid Games was one of the biggest, well, the biggest shows on Netflix in 2021. It brought in a lot of notoriety and money, and it was very popularized and things of that nature. However, as we all know, that sometimes TV, music, and art imitates real life. And sadly, it was during one of the most unfortunate eras in American history, in Black history. So, it was just one of those things that happened, and it was totally fair and legal, and people got their kicks off of it, and they definitely got paid off of it. The sad thing I take from this is that they seen it as some type of amusement, um, you know, um, to put young men and boys in a ring with each other and blindfold them, essentially, happen to defend themselves for the amusement of a white crowd that paid tons of money to come see these events. But again, these are just one of the things that need to be taught. The information definitely needs to get put out there. You have a lot of groups and organizations now that are on a mad dash to take even the mildest, tamedest history of a Black American history and slavery and things of that nature out of schools and colleges and stuff like that, because as I read it one time in an article, it was described as they want our children to feel bad about what our ancestors done and stuff, but you don't feel bad about the privilege that you still have to this day. I've never been one to shy away from talking about the issue of race, segregation, colorism, and any of those things. So if you do come to my channel, that's going to be one of the things that's going to be discussed on this platform. If you don't like it, you can switch to another video or another content creator, which I'm sure that you will get your entertainment from. But if you come to this channel, this is one of the things that you will hear on my platform, and I make no apologies about it. I believe in reporting the fair and accurate things in articles and things of that nature. And like I said, how can you say that it's a guilt trip when you still benefit from it, to this day, if that makes you feel bad, then that's really not a me problem, that's a you problem. But truly a sad mark in history, as I said before. And I would definitely like to get the conversation going about this. This video ran a little bit long. I don't mind or whatever, as long as it can start a conversation and we can actually get some dialogue about it. That would be great. So tell me how you feel. Do you have grandparents or family members that lived back in those days? And did you ever hear stories about it? Let me know. And we'll continue the conversation in the comment section. And with that being said, you guys, thank you so much. I appreciate each and every person that has clicked on my channel, each and every person that's left a comment. And with that, I will get with you guys in the next video.